So, hi everyone. In this video, we are going to learn about creating and deleting the users in the Linux. Okay. So, first thing I want to tell, there are two types of Linux systems. One is RPM based, Red Hat, and one is Debian based. Okay. RPM based you can say CentOS will be RPM based. Ubuntu is Debian based. Okay. Just if you want to know what is your Linux system, like which kind of Linux system you are using, you can just type these two commands, yum and dnf. These both are the package manager of RPM, and apt snap are the package manager of Debian. Let's say I have Ubuntu Linux here. Ubuntu is Debian based. If I am writing apt, it will give me something apt, or if I give snap, it will give me something. Then it's Debian based. If I write yum here, it will throw me error because the yum command doesn't found. It's not found. If I'll check in the CentOS, you can see your CentOS is there. Then if I write apt, you will get the apt command not found. Only yum or dnf will be there. Okay. So first we'll be seeing in the CentOS Linux, like RPM based Linux, how to create the user. Okay, and delete the user. So there is a file. Okay, etc login ESF depths. There is one option create home. No. So what happens when you create one user? Okay, by default, like it will be having one home directory. As we saw before, there we have one root user, and it was having some home directory. Let me explain. If you see here, this is the users. Okay, these are the home directories, bin and sbin and everything. If I go to cd pwd, it is my home directory. Okay, home directory of the root user. Let's say I'm logging out. If I see now, I am now EC2 user. Okay, if I see my home directory, this is home EC2 user. Okay, means whenever you create one user, by default the home directory should be slash home, then one directory of your name. Okay, so for now, as we saw inside the login deps file, the home directory option is set as no. Means whenever I'll create one user, by default no home directory will be created. If I want to create the home directory, then I can give some flag so that the home directory will be created. Okay. Let's say I'll create one user. So to create the user, you can use the command user add. Say user one. Okay. So if I see now, the user got created, and it's saying ki the home directory is home user one. But if I see, there is no directory called user one here because the home directory was not created. Okay. If you want to create the home directory, you can give user add hyphen m, let's say user 2. Now if I say get tc password or something directly, I can give shell hyphen 1. So it's saying ki home user 2 is the home directory of the user 2. If I see ls home, now you can see user 2 directory is created. Okay. So one thing I want to share, if you are not getting key which flag has to be used in the command, you can just give this hyphen hyphen help of using any command. I am using user add command. Then you can see the docs actually. What are the flags present for the user add command and what are the uses of this? You can see here hyphen m. It is used to create the home directory. Then you can see here some different things are there. Password you can give. Then you can give user ID by your own. We'll see everything here. Okay, so let's say I want to create one user with some customized home directory. So if you see here, there is one flag to give the home directory path D. Okay, it is the hyphen D flag. So let's say user add hyphen M, okay, to create the home directory. Then I'll give the user, let's say 8. I'll give the path as, let's say opt and user 8. If you see now, the path is there. Means the if you see again, cat etc password L-1, you can see the home directory path is set here. Opt user 8. Okay. Let's say I'm not giving the m flag right now. User add, then hyphen D. Let's say I'm giving user 9, then hyphen D opt, then let's say user 9. If I see, user 9 is not created because we have not given the m flag. Okay, and by default the creation of home directory is disabled. So first, whenever you log into any RPM based system, in most of the cases the home directory creation is enabled. Let's say I want to go there, login depths. It is by default yes, okay. But in some cases there might be some Linux systems like RPM based systems where this is set to be no. So, like when you are creating one user, make sure ki it is set as yes. And if it's not yes, then you can have to give hyphen m flag. And if you want to create some custom home directory, then you can give the path using hyphen d flag. Let's say now I make it as yes. Okay. So now if I see my home directory, nothing is there. Let's say I want to create one user some 5. Now if you see in the home directory, I got the directory created without giving the m flag because I have set the home directory creation property as enabled. Okay, so we saw some different things here. Let's say help. So let's say we try to just give some random user ID. Okay, user ID hyphen m I will give. Then let's say user 6. Then I'll give some u55. If you see now, ID user 6. Now the user ID is 1055 and even the group ID is same. I told you, right? Whenever you create one user, one group will be created with the same name and the group ID, like primary group ID and the user ID will be same. Okay, so one more thing I would like to share. You can see the user that we created, those are having some default cell. Okay, bin bash. Let's say you want to give some different cell. So there is one file cat etc cells. So here all the path of the cells are present, like bin sh, bin bash, user bin sh. These are actually present. Okay, if I show you this bin sh. So sh is there. Okay, it's the proper path. So whatever present inside the etc cells should be proper. Like bin sh, there is one terminal file. It's bash bin sh bash like this. Okay. Let's say I want to create one user giving this thing, giving bin sh. Okay, let's see this one. Let's say user add. let's say user 40. I'll give the flag s hyphen s, small s. Then I'll give the I'll give the path of the cell. So if I see now hyphen one etc password, you can see the user having been sh path like cell. Okay. If I'm trying to log in as this user, don't confuse with this command su. Okay, I'll come back. I'll explain this in some other videos. For now, just see if I want to log in, I just have to execute the command su and that user name. You can see I got one cell here, sh. Okay, sorry. Okay, so now let's say I'll just give some random path. If I see, I have some paths here. Let's say I'll create an user head, user 41 let. I'll give some random path. Let's say home random anything. It will give me one warning key. This home random is not there in the etc cells file. Okay. And there is no random file inside the home directory. You can see. If I try to log in as this user right now, user 41, it will give me error key failed to execute home random, because whenever we try to log in as the user, it will execute the cell file. These are all the files actually, sh bash, these things are files. It will execute the file and create the interactive terminal according to that file. So it will say key, it will display key, there is no this directory or file. Okay, so one more thing is there. Let's say you want to create one user, but you don't want to allow anyone to log in as that user in the terminal. You don't want to open any interactive terminal for that user. So you can give, there is one path. Okay, user has been. You can find anything here, like there is one file, no login. Okay, it is not mentioned in the sales file because it's not a valid terminal to open a user. This is used to create the user without giving it permission to open any interactive terminal. Let's say I want to create one user add user 42. Let's say uh sorry, as user has been no login. Okay, now the user got created. If I see now uh etc password, sorry, should be one. The user got created having the default terminal user has been no login. If you want to log in as this user right now 42, it will say that this account is currently not available, means you can't log in to that user. So all the system users are like this, you can't log in using that system users credentials just like it. So this is all about users. In the next video, we will discuss about users creation in Ubuntu, like Debian based Linux. Then we'll proceed to groups. So thank you guys for watching.